Hello and welcome from Granny to all. Granny wishes your health, wealth, and great fortunes. For today's wisdom, Granny shares the story of the seed of hope. Let's get right into it. In a world where climate change had turned lush forests into barren deserts and oceans had swallowed entire coastlines, hope seemed like a distant memory. But for Maria, a young girl living in a quiet, forgotten town, hope was still something worth fighting for. One rainy afternoon, Maria ventured into her grandmother's dusty attic. As she explored, she found something extraordinary, an ancient seed wrapped in a faded cloth. Curious, she carefully held it in her palm, feeling the weight of its potential. Her grandmother, who had passed away years ago, always spoke of the old ways, ways that connected people to nature and the land. Maria knew this seed wasn't just any ordinary seed. It was the last of its kind, a symbol of survival in a world teetering on the brink of collapse. Determined to make a difference, Maria set out to plant the seed in the old community garden. This garden, once a place of vibrant life and harvest, had long been abandoned. Overrun by weeds and neglect, it seemed impossible that anything could grow here again. But Maria wasn't alone. Her eccentric neighbor, Mr. Green, a passionate gardener who had spent his life studying sustainable farming, saw the spark in her eyes. He took her under his wing, teaching her how to care for the soil, how to compost, and how to use natural methods to fight pests. "We must work with nature, not against it," he told her, sharing his knowledge of how to restore the balance that had been lost. As Maria planted the seed, she faced challenges. The town was skeptical. How could one small seed possibly change anything? The weather was unpredictable, and the soil had been depleted by years of neglect. But Maria refused to give up. She watered the plant, protected it from the elements, and nurtured it with love and care. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Slowly but surely, the tiny plant began to sprout. Its leaves were green, vibrant, and full of life, unlike anything the town had seen in years. The sight of it brought hope to the weary residents. They began to gather around the garden, curious and inspired by the transformation. Some offered to help, others shared their own seeds and ideas for restoring the community. Together, they cleaned up the garden, planted new crops, and adopted sustainable practices. As the plants grew, so did the community's spirit. They worked together to reduce waste, recycle, and conserve water. The town, once in despair, began to thrive again. In the end, Maria's perseverance, the guidance of Mr. Green, and the community's efforts proved that even the smallest action could ignite a powerful change. The blooming plants in the garden stood as a testament to hope, reminding everyone that there is always potential for renewal, no matter how bleak the future may seem. And as the sun set over the revived garden, Maria knew that this was only the beginning. One seed had not just changed the garden, it had changed everything. Every action, no matter how small, can help restore our planet. With sustainability and hope, we can create a future where nature and humanity thrive together. The end. What have you learned from this story, dear viewer? Tell us your suggestion in the comments section below. Like and subscribe for more videos, and feel free to ask Granny anything. Regards, Granny.